Okay. So we're just waiting for it to load up to YouTube, and I think it did. Oh, yes, it did. It's live on YouTube. All righty. That's awesome. All right, Mr. Keats, please check YouTube there and give us a big 10-4.
Yep, still on YouTube. But
All right.
you're not screen sharing anything.
Okay, cool. All right, folks. Just want to go ahead and say tonight's going to be a little different because tomorrow night, we're going to move this to tomorrow night, but I'm going to go through a few steps with you tonight. For those of you who show up, I'm working on something for you for tomorrow night that it'll be some giveaways for you, and there'll be two of them. There'll be one in the middle and one at the end. And there'll be giveaways about starting your business and also giving you other ideas of what you can go ahead and do about your business credit. And then on top of that, for those of you that have already begun building your business credit, we can move forward in those arenas. So let's go ahead and begin. First of all, good evening. Good to see all of you. I know you can't see me right now. We're looking on technical difficulties, but I figure you like that picture better than looking at me. So there you go. The other thing is this. Remember when you're building your business credit, that you're building your business credit for your future, not for the moment. Remember, business credit is not a moment situation. It's always in the future, which means this. Every 90 days, you're building your corporate credit, which means you're building it today for the next 90 days. Tomorrow's the next 90 days. Tomorrow's the next 90 days. See, a lot of people try to give you fluff in the industry that corporate credit is microwavable. It's not. Also, another thing, there's a lot of things that work for a while and do really well. Like we have a company that we use for the hybrid program, and that company is not working very well now. For some reason, who knows why, but we're just not going to end up using them. We have several more that actually do well, but this particular one out of California, I have no idea. It's weird, but it just does that. So most people don't realize that everything does have the season inside of it. That's why you always got to be prepared for certain things in the arena. Now, one of the things we want to begin to understand is that when you're building your business credit, you must look at how much credit you've gotten. Even though, here's another thing. There's a lot of people who are really totally ungrateful when they get $11,000, even though it might be a 30-day net, $11,000 MasterCard. If you understand the power of leveraging business credit, that's some good money. Also, another thing, if you got other credit cards that you've gotten 7,500, some have 15,000. Those are all good cards in other arenas. And how just because it's not like what you're used to means this: used to the personal credit side, because the personal credit side is way different than the business credit side. Yes, business credit does have, regular revolving terms, and you need certain things on your business profile on Dun & Bradstreet Business Experience Reporting. And the magic number, let me tell you what I mean by magic number. The magic number is 14 plus. 14 items reported on your Dun & Brad and Business Experience. You want cash? Your business experience must be built strong, which means this: the higher dollar amounts that show on your business credit is going to be the beneficial to you for your cash or credit lines you're going to receive. Now, also, because you work with a company that, like a third party, like the hybrid's a third party. That's one of the reasons why I don't have any interest in a hybrid program, because things do change. I know that. But a lot of people out there don't realize that it could change. All of you had favorite places you used to go to, and guess what? It didn't work. It's like you go there and that's not a good restaurant anymore. Something happened. Times change, whatever it is. So that's why we always keep it up. And now we know not to use this one particular place because they're horrible. Now, one thing about this is But also, in the meantime, if you got a total like anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000 in Mastercard money, yeah, it might only be a 30-day net. But those of you who are smart know how to leverage and how to use it. If not, we teach you how to leverage and use it so you don't get caught. In other words, you don't get caught using the 30-day and I blew 11 grand, now I gotta pay 11 grand. There's ways that we teach you to go to use that in a very educated way so you're able to make things, maneuver things. Also, business credit. Business credit is not the same as personal credit. You're not you're not going to get as much. How do you put this? Personal credit, you're not going to get a 30-day. It's either going to be revolving or no revolving. It means you get it or you don't get it. Another thing is this: you want to begin to understand when you're building your business credit, you cannot have the same mentality as personal credit. And this is a downfall of a lot of people that get involved in building. And those that built their business credit before, they either don't understand from the beginning because they never were taught correctly, and they still have the mentality, I want this at a 0% rate is overrated when it comes to business credit. In the personal credit, it's perfectly not overrated. But on the business side, it doesn't matter if it's 100% or not. Remember this: in business credit, if the due date's on the 30th, the due date's on the 30th. You pay it, and when you pay it on time, on the due date or before, you're not going to have any interest rates anyways. Plus, on the 30-day net on 11,000, you don't have an interest rate because you paid off just like American Express card. So what we're attempting to educate most people on is, guess what? You've got to keep your mentality out of the personal credit, or you just need to get out of the business of building business credit. You have no business of being in business and building your business credit because you're trying to build it from the mentality of personal credit. That's the most ridiculous thing. It's like trying to go ahead and you have a Maserati with a Volkswagen engine in it. That's not going to take off the way you want. But it's a Maserati. It's a Maserati car. Well, if you have a Volkswagen engine, it's a Volkswagen with a Maserati shell. That's the difference between business credit and personal credit. It's two very distinct animals. And this is what, again, reason why I'm going over this. There's some people that were definitely caught in the trap this week. They really don't understand what it is to have business credit and personal credit. Your personal credit has nothing to do with business credit. You can get PGs, no PGs, or you can get PGs for the credit. And then the cards that we suggest that you do PGs, if you're going to do it, those are the cards that you can get out of the PG eventually, where you can go ahead and build your business up to where the business shows its strong credit history and has some wherewithal, where now an underwriter looks at it and could go ahead and approve you because you have the credit lines established from what you've done about what you purchased and so on, and you have a high credit limit. Your high credit limit is what you're looking for to build on your business credit. That is just as important as it is in personal credit. You want personal credit, you've got to have a $5,000 credit line that shows up there. That's a line that's been used up to the almost to the max and paid off. This is what I tell people. You got to be able to learn how to do those games, even though you take it to the max and you pay it off before the cycle date, not the billing date. The cycle date, you pay before the cycle date on the personal side. Then that cycle date, let's say you have $5,000 you charge to the max on the card, but you have the money to go ahead and pay that card off before the cycle date. When the cycle date reports, it shows that you used 5 grand and you paid it off before the cycle date. So now you have the highest limit showing used is 5 grand. See, that's the difference. Now it's not the same as saying you have a $5,000 credit line, but the most you've ever used is $200. Well, that's goofy. That's the reason why if you don't understand leveraging your money to make more money from the credit card situation, you're going to end up you won't grow. You've got to get those credit lines up. Same thing in business. You got to learn how to play the game of leveraging the money to have it grow. Now, this is some people that are disciplined to do it, and some must learn the discipline to do it. Like some people have the availability on the personal side to go ahead if they use their business card to go ahead and swap it around and leverage it where it's paid and then pay it back again. These are but you can't buy whatever you're going to buy, you got to use it for something that you can buy and pay it back that you're not going to miss the money. So these are one of the things that we want you to begin to understand. All right. Another thing I want to let you know is that tomorrow also, in the middle at the end, we have there'll be PDF books that you'll be able to download, or what, or if you can't download them because we're working on a technology to go ahead and so you can just log in and you put your name in and you download the book. It'll come right to you. I don't know if that can be set up. My tech guy's working on it, and so the thing is, there'll be two books. And one of the things is that we want you to understand is in the middle ones. You'll see why I say there's one in the middle and there's gonna be one at the end. The one at the end is going to be the best one, but it's going to give you a lot of different information that you need, information to set up even your business up to a certain point. We don't cover the line of defense. That's a whole nother process, but it's enough to kind of get you started, get you going. And on top of this, we've just ended the first quarter. We've just ended the first quarter. Well, the first quarter ends today, the 31st. So the first quarter has ended. Where are you? Are you at your goal that you're looking for? Have you fulfilled on some of the things that you've done? One thing I want to make you aware of is that now you want to ask yourself, because between now, this is good. Now you got April. Go ahead. Go ahead. So, with that said, one of the things we want to make you aware of this. The reason why you want to know this is the first quarter is because people don't think in quarters. Business operate in first quarter. If you never ran a business before, just think about operating in quarters. Every quarter, there's 4 quarters a year, all right? Or you can be in the other quarter where you start in March. Now, there's another little thing I'm going to kind of bring up. This is a sidetrack note. The note is this. There's a way that you can actually do your business taxes. If you just say you owe money, but you know you're going to make a little more money, but if you had more time, there's a way if you talk to your accountant that you could switch your time to a fiscal year. That's one of the things you can go ahead and do. And on top of that, when you do a fiscal year, then you're able to move your taxes around. But you already do that anyways in a couple of times in a way that you are going to go ahead and balance yourself out. This is what a lot of big companies do this. They go ahead and move things. Right there. So one of the things I want to make you understand, one thing I want you to understand is this: is your ability to maneuver sharply in business is being around people that are sharply doing business. This is one thing about what's so nice about the business is a business allows you to move your taxes around, and as long as you have a sharp CPA that knows and understands what they're doing, all right? As long as they understand what they're doing, you will not have any problems. See, I'm not here to be your tax attorney. I'm not here to be your attorney. I'm not here to be your tax accountant. I'm not here to be your financial advisor. Again, what we do is we tell you what we're doing, what we use, how we use it, and what we're doing today. So one of the things is that I just want to let you know is that no matter where you go and what you do, is that you have all these things that are awesome and really working. So one of the things I want you to understand is that the most beautiful thing is that life will always throw you a curve. So what's so nice about that is, and the reason I'm laughing because it does, and I'm laughing because it happens every day, and it's exciting. Why? Because guess why? Every day is not the same. If you're the type of person that takes life seriously, like so serious, like lions and tigers and bears, oh my, and the sky's falling, I'm gonna be honestly tell you, you won't really survive the battle. That it's a battle sometimes because you got to be disciplined to apply for your business at least as you're built. Like for instance, when you first begin, there's a certain amount you're gonna have. There's a certain amount that you need to apply for, and then you got to keep applying every month and keep paying those every month. Or some you set up where it's a monthly fee if you don't buy something from them, or membership fee, and it's still going to report on your business. So one of the things you want to begin to understand for yourself is the true meaning of business credit. Once you get to that point, you'll receive scores. As soon as you receive scores, there's cards you want to apply for, and most of them are going to be, guess what? Most of them are going to be gas cards. Your gas cards are going to be your best friend, and you're going to apply for the universal gas card. So what does universal mean? That you can use anywhere, even if it happens to be a Arco BP MasterCard. And well, it's all out in California or on the West Coast. Yeah, but if it's a MasterCard can be used anywhere. See, that's what I'm talking about. Or as that this is when you have the score. So when you apply for those, or you apply for your universal come and go, I think it's called Come and Go, KUM, Come and Go. The thing is guess what? That's a universal card. Why not have $1,600? Also, I'm gonna tell you about Petro, Pilot, Flying J. Guess what? You can go ahead and go to Flying J and get yourself a card in the beginning. We show you how to do that. The thing is, guess what? You got to have a checking account. You must have your tax ID number and DUNS number and bank account. Then they'll set you up. I might not set you with a lot, maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, depending. Now, if you're in a trucking business, if you need the card right away like that, you're getting the card. And if you have like 3 or 4 trucks that you're going to use, then they'll probably give you about $6,000 to $7,000. Here's the thing: what I'm attempting to have you begin to understand is that building business credit is not the same mentality as building personal credit. Personal credit is day and night. The structures are the same. You build piece by piece. Yet, on the other hand, you build also more credit because they'll offer you more credit, because business credit, you'll get 5 times more, up to 10 times more than you usually would on a personal on a not a guarantee, but on a personal credit line. Business credit gives you that much more. And the beautiful thing about it is, guess what? You are able to acquire more freedom, more money from everything, and you're really got it, and you're really removed. But the first 90 days is the most challenging time because you need to wait to build the score. Yes, you're gonna invest in yourself. Investing in, you're always investing in your future. Then once you get the scores, you're gonna end up applying mostly for some cards, mostly gas cards. There's a few other cards you can apply for that will not be gas cards, but put it this way: gas cards, you're always going to use gas. So there's a way to roll it around to keep the score going. Remember this: if you have anything reporting less than 3 in a month, you will lose your score. Your score will disappear. If you don't believe it, go ahead and not pay for 3 billion. Don't pay for 3 different transactions from 3 different companies. Once you have your score, stop. Just pay one. Don't pay one. Pay one. Don't order, and pay one. And you only have 2. You will not. Your score won't stay. It'll be back to 0. You go, what happened? Because you must keep a floating, running 3 accounts open, always with a balance, whether it's on a revolving or a gas card. This is so important because that's where most people lose their score. Now, in personal credit, you can pay your all credit cards off and not use them. You're not going to lose your score. But if you don't use your card very often, when you go try to make a big purchase, it's going to stop you and say, "Hey, call us," or whatever it is. And then from there, from that point on, things are really moving. So one thing you want to begin to understand is for yourself and building your business credit, it all starts from you, not us, but you. Now, one of the things is that building them is the most important thing for you to really be successful in getting to the 14 links that you're looking for and 14 cards reporting on their showing. So with that, what I want you to what I'm looking forward to communicate to you and get across to you is this. Every 90 days, you want to have a goal for the next 90 days and then the next 90 days. In other words, you want to have 4 quarters already in the future what your business credit line is going to be. One thing about the business credit line is every month, once you receive your score and you start applying for cards, every month you should be applying for a minimum of 3 cards a month. Minimum. But I don't have a business yet. I don't care. But eventually you're going to run across something you can say, I can get this started. Then you're going to need all this money. Why not have vendor credit available to you? Why not have some trade credit ready for you? Why not have some business credit for you? Why not have credit lines ready for you? Why not have credit cards ready for you? These are the things that we wonder. One of the most important things you want to begin to understand is here at Corporate Credit Blueprints, we do understand where you're at. We do understand also what you're up to. We do understand that mostly what's most important is this. Is that when you begin to build your business credit, are you left alone? Has someone left you alone? Do they come and even coach you? Do you get live coaching, which means everyone that joins us gets the live coaching. This is not even the live coaching. This is kind of like big overviews and everything else. Once you actually join us and we get into a specific room, we have a really specific training, and you are and training that you're able to ask live questions inside the training for that particular area what we're working on. So one of the things you want to begin to understand for yourself is in order for you to achieve what you're looking to achieve, we're here to go ahead and work with you to achieve that, like we said before. But one of the things I want to let you know about tonight is not about what you can acquire. It's about what you're left with. We're looking to leave you with something that you know you can take away. Like for sure tomorrow, when you come tomorrow, there's going to be one way or another, you're going to get those 2 ebooks. Either you're going to go and put in the information, your information, and then either it'll be an automatic download, or when you put your information in, you'll have it by the next day delivered to you because we'll have it done for you. We'll get it done. But the only way we can do that is if you go ahead and give your information to us. Now, tomorrow night is not about you being there. Tomorrow night is about, okay, great. What am I teaching inside of why they're going to give us an ebook? Well, your ebooks you're going to get are going to have a lot to do with what we're going to go tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a full-on training. It's going to be with 45 minutes tops. That's it. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to go. I'm going to blow right through it, which means this. I'm going to give you the details of the real basic stuff to get you going, and the book itself will help you go ahead and acquire the basics. Now, I don't care if you're an older student with us, which means you've been doing business for a while, Foundation, 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 foundation is the key. Repetition, repetition, repetition. You want to be able to build your organization in your sleep, knowing when to pull the trigger. See, a lot of people get upset. Well, what about now? Which card should I get? Forget all that nonsense. Get the cards you can get, and then from there, move forward. Those of you that even applied for some of your personal credit on certain areas, if you need to get the inquiries off, we'll assist you with getting the inquiries off. We'll just need to know it so we can go ahead and do it. Now, another thing for you with this is as well, one of the most beautiful things about business credit. Did you hear what I said? You should be applying. I said for three. Now this is what I said. You should apply for at least 3 cards in a month. Actually, I don't want to scare you off, but now I'm going to do it. You should be applying at least every week for at least 1 to 2 cards or credit lines. When you get to the score, you start applying for the businesses that you're doing or the business that you're in. What do you need? If it's a hot dog stand, now you start building now you have the credit or the score to go apply to vendors to buy your hot dogs. Maybe you can go to a national like Oscar Mayer Wiener if you want to go there, or the Hebrew National. You can go there. Here's what you're looking forward to working to. You want to work towards where you have cards. I don't care if it's Walmart. I don't care if it's Sam's Club. In fact, Sam's Club is a MasterCard. Once you get your score, you should be at Sam's Club. Go for the MasterCard. Yes, go to the MasterCard. Then, on top of that, you can go ahead and apply. Here's another thing. Did you realize they have a corporate vending account with Walmart? Go look it up. You'll see what I mean. Also, in other areas, you got to look at the areas that you're in. That's why I'm saying it's so important to build your business credit showing a high dollar amount, because they have some like Crown Office Supply. I think they give anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000. You have some T-shirt shops that report anywhere between I think 25 to 5,000. There's another one that gives you 6,500. It's a membership fee, of course. So you become a member, and then you go ahead and then you get approved. Now there's a monthly budget that you need to apply for and pay in order. Yes, but here's the thing. The reason why I want to let you know your higher dollar amount is so important. So when you get your scores, then you're going to get at least somewhere close to those high dollar amounts in the cards. Once you get those cards going, because you're going to apply for, you want 5 gas cards plus the few other things you want to keep alive that you have already. You want to keep alive the high reporting ones. Now you can go ahead and start doing those things, because now you got your 5 cards. Now you want to get to 8. 8 will get you closer to the revolving. 10 will get you now that 2 are revolving, which means the Walmarts, Costco, Sam's. You say, what good are those? They're really good. Lowe's, Costco, $10,000. Then you want to get to your 12, 14. You get into your auto leases. Now here's the thing. When you're at 14, I'm going to tell you this. You want to make sure you have a business card, one at least at $10,000, where you've used it all the way to the hilt and you paid it back in the time frame. Now, that's the one thing they don't really tell you what you really want to do. Because I'm going to be honest. And be honest means this. What they're not telling you is this. You can have 14 cards reporting, but if they only have $1,000 each, do you think they're going to give you a lease for a car? Think about it. This is the reason why I say it starts from day one, who you apply with. Even day 2, it could be Crown Office Supply and the other ones we suggest. Or the other ones we suggested before. I think it was Zoom. It was Zuma Office Supply. They at one time they were reporting to Dun and Brad and to Business Experience, but now they want you to go a certain tier and do all this nonsense. And so, I don't really suggest them that way. So with that said, that's one thing. But also, for you that you want it for you folks is this: the most beautiful thing about business credit is that you have the power. So I want to say is this: go back and listen to this, what I said. Go back and listen to this, what I said, and the people also that are in the primary club, the primary line club. Thank you again for what you guys been doing. You've been building. So pretty soon we have some things coming out with them that they'll be talking about. And I just want to let you know, folks, tomorrow night, I'm really excited about tomorrow night. This has not been very long. Tomorrow night's not going to be long. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to stop at 45 minutes, period, period. At 45 minutes, I'm off, done, fini. Okay. So with that said, go back and listen to this. Go back and listen to it for the details. And I dropped some good golden nuggets for you. Take down notes. Tomorrow night, we're even going to open the room up. Now, I would highly suggest, if possible, to come in through the Zoom. We're going to put a Zoom link in the YouTube link. And on top of that, Facebook will have a link as well to go to YouTube. All right? Because you really want to come to the Zoom to raise your hand and ask questions. So, with that said, I want to say thank you very much for being here. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Central Time, and 9 p.m. Mountain. So if you can be there, come and collect your gifts. And on top of that, like I said, it'll be the middle and it'll be the end. I'll give out where you need to go to get your link, or what to do and where to email to get your books, or the link to the books. Okay? All right, folks. I want to say hello again, good night, and thank you very much for being here. And most of all, I'd just like to go ahead and say it's awesome working with great people like you. And remember, you do make the difference in the world. So God bless you. Have a great evening. And most of all, thank you for listening, and thank you for being